Okay, welcome to my life. I welcome you. And I'm coming to you today with another question of the day because I am in the process of catching up on my live videos because I got behind. And the question of the day I'm coming to you for with today is for Tuesday, June the 5th, 2018. And the question that I have today it is, am I asking the universe for what I desire? Yes, I would say yes. Um, I must say yes for many things that I've desired in the past. Now I'm asking, but you know what? It's like when you're asking, well, okay, for me, I gotta speak for myself. When I'm asking, sometimes I get a little bit impatient. And that's my current situation. So I have to calm myself down and, just be patient because I can speak on previous experience. I can speak on previous things that I have desired. And everything came through. So the question that the question is basically, do you ask for what you desire? Now, in the past, I didn't think I was really asking. I would set forth my goal and strive for it without asking. And then sometimes when certain things show up, it would surprise me and it would shock me. But, I was like, okay, and I'd be thankful and grateful. But the thing is, do we ask the universe, God, or whomever you see as your higher power? And as I relate to that question, as I start or began my personal development journey, I began to ask for more. I began to ask for the things that I used to think that were impossible. And so I'm still patiently waiting. And as I wrote down here on my notes, I said, yes, and I'm being very patient for my $1.5 billion to be deposited into my bank account. Okay. So, and I would say, hold on for a second. We have, no, it kicked back in. My Wi Fi kicked off. Okay. So, I would say in the past, I would say for, when I start, Malia, we got to address this issue. Okay. If you want to be in a video, come over here and sit next to me, but you have to be quiet, okay? Okay. Okay. So in the past, okay, I had a situation. I wasn't able to move, or I didn't think I could move. I wasn't in a position to move in 2014. So what I did was I set up a goal for me to move in 2015. The only thing is, I prayed and I asked God. I said, "Look, I need that. I desire to have that income for me to move." And it worked out for me to have enough income to pack up my things and send them off to California. I think I paid like a company, like I paid them $1,700 to relocate. Came up, we loaded up the truck. They dropped the truck off. We loaded the truck up, and then after, I think 2 days later, after I left, I called them and told them they can go pick up the truck. And so, I manifested that to happen. Desire to relocate, I didn't have the funds. So it worked out. That worked out. And, you know, it was my desire to leave Michigan. You know, after I had got laid off from my job, that I didn't want to be in Michigan no more. I did not want to be in the cold weather. Commitment to myself over 24 years ago that I knew that I would make sure that I was no longer in Michigan. So, when I set up the goal to move, I just asked God. I'm telling you, the morning that we left on November the 15th, 2016, when I got in that shower, I prayed. I said, God, we don't have nowhere to go. We don't have nowhere to stay when we get to California. And there was this moment in my mind. It kept the vision. I kept envisioning, what am I going to do when we get to the airport after weeks? I don't know. I'm telling you, I prayed in the shower the day we were moving that morning. I prayed in the shower and I said, I prayed and I asked God, I told God, I said, look, we don't have anywhere to move. And the answer that came to me is, don't worry about it. I said, okay, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna worry about it. I am not gonna worry about it. And so that moment came after we got to the airport. I never mentioned to my children that we did not have a destination. But the moment that kept coming up in my mind was the moment when we were at the curbside at the LA, nowhere to go and nobody pick us up. So, it took me many hours to figure out what I was going to do next. We end up going over to Denny's, and we actually sat in Denny's for about 8 hours. And this is when I first relocated from Michigan to California. After we got off the airplane, well, we first yeah, that's the first thing we did. I sat at Denny's and I was contemplating, and I didn't know, I really did not know what to do. But I was grateful that we all made it safely. We landed. I may not know what needed to do then, but I prayed about the situation. I was like, God, I don't know what. Okay, God, okay, what? Okay, you say what I gotta do? We don't got a place to stay, but the next thing I had to do was get a rental car. And first checking out about three different rental car companies, and I end up going to two different ones. About the third time, we caught a cab to the third one, and I was blessed with a bags. I was like, God, ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it was looking very upsetting because the first rental car company, the second rental car company declined me. The third rental car company, they approved me. Now, when I was at the first rental car company, that's when this employee came up to me and they said, well, what you could do, and they said I could go ahead and buy a flight flying out, and they would rent me a car. Because see, what they want is they want the rental car to be reborn. And so, am I asking the universe what I desire? Yes. But one thing I have noticed is that in my time of flight, or my time of not flight, my time of desperate need measures, it's like always answer. So that was a really time in my life that I prayed, because even after we got, I still didn't know what we were gonna live. We month and a half before I actually, okay, we don't have no place to live. I was, looking for housing, searching for housing, contacting landlords, and it's a journey, it's a process, and I'm telling you, I did not see the end result, but there was a time when I knew exactly what I wanted, but at that time when I didn't have nowhere to go, I wasn't really picky. And so while I was looking for a permanent place to live, and I knew that would take a process that may take. Okay, while we were in the hotel, I was also or contacting temporary housing. So I mean, I prayed for the situation, for God to work the situation out, and it did, and so I was notified that we did have a placement in a temporary shelter in December. While we stayed there for a month, housing that I had applied for, they were preparing it for us to move in. So there are many things that I ask or I pray to God for, and sometimes I get a little impatient. And when I get impatient, I get frustrated, and that that some things I really didn't mean, or I wasn't specific, and I'm learning through my personal development is that I have to be specific, very specific on the things that I desire, mean complete detail. Because I can also remember back in a time in my life when I was working, and I'm gonna tell you this is many years ago, it was back in December 2010. I was sitting at work and I realized that I wasn't totally happy my there will one day come a day when I do not have to work. And I reflect back on that statement because that statement came true. But I also noticed because that statement came true 2 years later. 2 years later, I got laid off. And no, I did not have to work. But at the same time, that same situation still carrying on. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. Come a day when I will work on my own terms. I will not work on my terms, and I work as I desire. And I may not have to work as much because I have 1.5 million. Now that's the post I meant to. I meant post in 2010. Now I have followed up, and I did make another post. So, many times, I I forgot my train of thought. But with that being said, and back to the question of the day is, am I asking the universe? Yes. Lately, 18. Same time. That's because I would say my interpretation. I feel, and I recall from when I made that post in 2010, the results showed up 2000, September 2012. So from December 2010 to 2012, you know, things may not show up. They may not show up when we ask for them to. Basically, guys, when we're ready. Because actually, laid off, it caught me by surprise. But it was a blessing too. It really was a blessing because I knew that was not, my final destination of what I desired to do in my life. I am grateful for the experience. I am grateful, for having worked at that particular location. But at the same time, now I desire more because I know I can do more. And I know that job position was not tapping into my talents and my ability. So, with that being said, are you asking the universe desire? That's a good question. Planning to do better, documenting and asking for the things in my life. So, with that being said, if any of this resonated with you, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up on the video, like, share, comment, positive comments only, please. And then also subscribe to my channel so that you'll know when I upload new videos. So I hope that everyone have an awesome day, evening, and then also never allow anyone to steal your joy. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day. Bye bye.
Are you done?